Hi, my darlings. I'm Sophie Darling, and welcome back to the channel. I have left this episode to the last of my filming because it is the end of series one, and I have a feeling it's going to be really emotional. So I've been quite scared to film this one because I have a feeling I'm going to cry. Because from what I'm learning when it comes to season finales, it always packs a punch, and I'm very scared because Sven was commanding Asgard to kneel in front of everyone. And I don't know, I'm just worried that it's going to be a bit of an ambush and something's going to happen that they didn't necessarily anticipate, that they're trying to undermine their plans. That I don't know. I feel like not everything's going to go as smoothly as we think it's going to, especially because it ended so optimistically with the idea that Thorfinn might be able to return home, that Thorfinn was looking towards the light and hope for a better future, especially going home with Leif, who was able to motivate him and reassure him that life could be better elsewhere. The political dynamics are really intense, and I'm very scared and I'm very worried. But without further ado, we're going to get into episode 24, the series 1 finale, and then we'll also be watching series 2 straight after. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how series 2 transpired. I'm scared. I'm very scared. I feel like this is going to be an emotional one.
俺の国をこのバカどもから守るには銀50ポンドが可視される。ありがたく受け取られよ。礼を受け取れ。は、ご褒美頂戴いたし
The
ます。
music is really tense.
ウェールズの討伐戦においても活躍を期待しておるぞ。王陛下、恐れながら申し上げます。
He's going to abstain, isn't he? But that's a foolish thing to
ウェー
do.
ルズ討伐。果たして最良の選択と申せましょうか。
You've just questioned the king in front of all these people. He's going to try and make an example out of him. He shouldn't have said that.
どうかご再考を。
You should keep your cards close to your chest.
当面は摩擦を起こさぬと言ったはず。
Exactly. This is what you warned Thorfinn not to do, and you've gone and done it.
ウェールズばかりはちょいと譲れねえ。
Oh, Askeladd. Oh, I have a horrible sinking feeling
彼は10年にわたりイングランド
that
軍と
Sven's
戦
going
っ
to
てまい
make
り
an
ました。
example out of him.
たかがウサギを追わんがために疲れた馬を鞭打ち県外に踏み込むがごとき行いです。
I get why he's doing it. He wants to protect Wales and
ウェ
his
ールズ
mother's
攻略
people,
は
but
割に合いませぬ。
he should have found another time.
そんなものどもを放置せぬことが肝要なのだ。勘違いするな。
さようのことがご懸念であるならば必ずやウェールズの者どもを解き伏せてご覧に入れましょう。見たびなればこそ彼らにも王陛下の寛大なるお心が伝わりましょう。何卒お聞き
Oh my
入れ
god, the music is ramping up and my heart is going boom, 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 boom. Fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
これぞ中心の姿よ。王にとって還元に勝る宝はない。かように我が軍団には中央
I feel like he's being deceitful. I don't know. I don't buy it.
ウェールズかクヌートか選べ。クヌートの首を見上げに我が元へ来る。
And he'll spare
されば
Wales.
ウェールズは見逃してやろう。かの地の産物といえば奴隷ぐらいのものだからな。
He's gonna lash out. I don't think he's gonna bring him Canute's head. How could he? He swore to serve him. He'll serve him to the end, I think. I have a horrible feeling Asgard's not making it to series 2. Like, I just have a sinking feeling because he's just not able to conceal himself. He's so close to going home. He's so close to being free from it all. Why do I feel like he's not going to be? So scared for him. Because nothing ever works out nicely or simply.
上等の干し肉があるんだ。
Where's he gone? Thorfinn!
トルフィンどうだトルフィン
So close and yet so far. Big fourfin. Ooh. Oh god.
嫌な面だな。こんな面の上に王冠が乗ってるなんて
You
のは
picked Canute over
やっぱ
Wales.
り許せんな。
そなた今なんと
That's treason.
耳も遠いのかこのジジイは。王は俺の間合いの中だ。
アシェラッ
やろう、攻めようは
ト。
俺の。
動くなトルケル。アシェラットは尋常ではない。刺激するな。
剣を収めよ。さればこの比例は許そう。
我が一族と我が民への愚弄、万死に値する。そりゃあだ名だ。我が母より授かりし真の名を教えてやろ
Is it Artorius?
う。ルキウス・アルトリウス・カストゥス。よこそがこのブリタニアの地を滑るべき正当の王であ
Because
る。
it's my namesake.
姫だ、ウルトラ
Oh no! Gonna die. But this is his final act of serving Canute, giving Canute the crown. But he's gonna die in the process of it. Two birds with one stone. And he's gonna sacrifice his life in the process because there's no way he's not gonna die because of this. That was his plan all along. He knew exactly what he needed to do. And he would die in the process because this is his moment to shine.
何をしたっておる。出会え。
出会え者ども。こやつは大殺しの大罪人だ。切り捨てよ。
I don't think he did it because he thought he would be the king. I think he did it to secure Canute's position. But there's no way that Askeladd could have survived this, or that Canute could allow him to live without it looking like he was involved in it all. He needs to look innocent.
なんなんだよこれ。
Canute needs to look like he has no part in this betrayal.
どうした。次に死にたい者前へ出よ。ブリタニア王が自ら切って死んぜようぞ。
Everyone's going to think he's gone mad, that he's acting irrationally, but I think this is part of a bigger plan. That Canute knows what he's actually doing. Because Askeladd wouldn't act this way and be this irrational.
こらえろトルケル。そなたの出番はまだだ。
どうでもいいよ。
It's not your turn yet.
血迷いやがって。
He's not gone mad.
あれは芝居だ。私とウェールズ、両者を救う選択を取ったにする。
I said that.
乱心のふりは大殺しの罪を一人で被るためだ。
飼い犬の始末は飼い主がつけてやれよ。
That he should be the one to do it.
王を殺したのだぞ。何を申すか。
I am the
世は
king.
ここに健在であろう。黙れ。奴隷の米が。ゲロ。それが王に対する口の利き方か。
Kill him. Kill Floki. He deserves it after everything.
来るなトロイン。
Someone forfeiting to get hurt.
人を刺したのは初めてか。王子よ。上出来だ。
おい、アセラット。
ちゃんと立ってろ。ここが肝心だろうが。お前のための舞台だ。無駄にするなよ。
You can't appear weak. You're king now.
おいハゲ、何悠長に寝てやがんだてめえ。くそ、あ、くそったれ。面倒な とこ刺されやがってバカ野郎が。
ちった休ませろや。
てめえさっさと立て。
He never
こっから
wanted
逃げ
him
んぞ。
to die. Even after all the duels and everything, he never actually wanted him to die.
俺の命やれよ。俺とお前は敵同士だろうが。
死ぬのかなめてんのかてめえ。こんなんじゃねえだろ俺とてめえの決着は。こんなんじゃねえ。勝手に死ぬんじゃねえ。立て今すぐ俺と決闘しろ。てめえを倒すのは俺だ。
ガキはこれだから参るぜ。
決闘しろ。おい。
お前どう生きるつもりだ。これから先俺が死んでからその先
It's the same as when he sees his dad die.
いい加減先へ進めよ。いつまでもこんなクソくだらねえところに引っかかってねえで。トールズの言った世界のその先へトールズのこのお前が行け。それがお前の本当の戦いだ。本当の戦士になれ。
Like your father.
トールズの子。
許せとは言わぬぞ。この成敗はそやつが突如乱心し王陛下殺害という大罪を犯したため望むところへ去るがいい。
I can't. I'm like a rag. He's so lost. Oh, fuck.
やめろ。そやつは殺すな。下がれ。そやつの処分は私が決める。
He lost another father figure. How did you expect him to react?
この場は私にお任せください。
He's king now, not you, Floki. Fuck off. Let
Floki.
Canute decide.
イングランド方面軍の総大将は誰と心得ておる。者ども聞くがよい。戦王スヴェン陛下はお隠れになった。ただいまより全軍の指揮及びイングランド統治はこのクヌートが代行する。
I haven't really spoke because I am just a wreck right now.
ウェールズ討伐は取りやめだ。
He lived up to his word of allowing Wales to remain independent. But poor Thorfinn. Now that Askeladd is gone, what was the poor boy supposed to do? He's only ever known Thors and then Askeladd, and he's seen them both die. He now doesn't know what to do with himself. He never truly wanted him dead. Because now he wants revenge for Askeladd being killed. No, his dagger! Connection to his dad. God, this show is beautiful. Where have they gone? Where are they going? Oh, I'm like a wreck. I knew that this was gonna be awful. Not awful, but like emotional. Askeladd died with honor. I'm just so sad. I really liked Askeladd. I had a love-hate relationship with him where I hated him and then I loved him and then I hated him and then I loved him and then now he's dead. I'm just absolutely gutted. But he died fulfilling his mother's wish to be the sword and the staff of an honorable king, and he had to do that by sacrificing himself. He had to give himself in order to ensure that Canute was safe and would become king, but also that Wales would be protected because he trusted that Canute would live up to his promise that Wales would remain independent and without intervention. I love that you could see the way that he's like shaking him and telling him that this isn't how it's supposed to be. They're supposed to duel. This isn't how it's supposed to be, and to wake up. He doesn't actually want him dead. He doesn't. After all this time, he's finally come to that realization that he never wanted Asgard to die, and the idea of being without him now means that there's no direction, there's no sense of guidance because he followed Askeladd and that desire for revenge, and with that gone, what does he do next? Where does he go from here? And Asgard is saying, "Have you ever thought about what you would do if I was dead?" And he hasn't. He's never thought it through because he's been so driven by revenge that he's never really looked at what his life would be afterwards. And that's what he's trying to say to him, that you should have been focusing on your future and you need to do what your dad didn't do, explore all these places that Thor's never got to, live up to your father's legacy of becoming a great warrior. I love that even in his final moments, he's reasserting his admiration and respect for Thor's, but the dropping of his dagger is his last connection to his father, but also this idea of revenge, of severing his ties to that cycle. He's finally able to let it go. He's finally able to move on, but as to how he moves on, I don't know. He was being dragged away. Canute kind of looked ashamed of whatever he's ordered. Thorkill can't quite look at him. I don't necessarily know what's going to happen to Thorfinn going forward, but I feel like series 2 may delve into him going home, being reunited with his family, learning to live with the past and everything he's been through and the trauma, as well as potentially finding a new land to call home, such as Finland, which has been hinted at severely for the past God knows how long. But oh my god, I am like absolutely wrecked. I'm gutted. Absolutely gutted in a way that I didn't anticipate. I had a feeling that he might die. I had a sinking gut feeling when he started speaking out, but it was all part of a greater plan. As always, Asgard was so smart and intelligent right up to the end. And I wasn't quite sure what was going on when Thorfinn ran away. I wasn't sure if it was him deciding that he needed to tell Asgard that he was going and to say goodbye, or whether it was him realizing that he can't just go because he can never live with the what if. Whereas now, because Asgard is dead, even though it's not by his hand, there is some sense of peace in that there's no what ifs, there's no should I have done it, shouldn't I have done it. He now has to move forward, he has no other choice. Askeladd's death frees Thorfinn from this cycle and sets him on a path of finding new hope and new beginnings. And again, the dropping of the dagger is very symbolic. He's had that dagger permanently in his hand since his father's death, since his father entrusted it to him on that ship, telling him to only use it when in danger, when it was necessary. And the dropping of it and the flashback of everything that Thorfinn's gone through is recognition that this cycle has come to an end. Whether it's by his hand or not, there is no need for him to continue pursuing this. That he needs to move on and he needs to find another way forward. But just the way that he was like grabbing him and like begging him to wake up and just pleading just shows that even though he has wanted to kill Asgard for what he did to his father and wanted to avenge his father and to honor him, I think deep down he never truly imagined a day where Asgard would be dead, where he would have to exist in a world where Asgard was no longer in it. And I think that shows again the distinction between fantasy and reality. This fantasy of killing him and being able to live happily ever after without him and having avenged his father versus the reality of knowing that he's dead and this is somebody that you have spent God knows how many years with, that you fought alongside, that you have grown in some way to care for because you wouldn't react that way if you didn't care for him. It's just absolutely heart-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching and just the voice acting and the screaming and oh, it broke my heart. And Thorfinn is on that boat. You could see him in the back and I'm wondering where they're going. It looks like almost the same as when we see Leif going to Vinland, but I feel like he wouldn't go unless he was reunited with his family. There's no way that he'd go without his mom and his sister. But the two women that we see, the one that's hiking up the mountain in the snow, I don't know if that's meant to be his mom. I don't know who the young girl with the black hair is. It seems to be maybe foreshadowing for series 2. Or it could be the slave girl that's finally escaped because of Thorfinn's words, that his words had such an impact that she was able to get away. Initially, I thought, could the braids be one of the girls from the earlier episodes, the one that he ended up staying with? But I don't think her hair was that dark, but it could also just be the shadows and the lighting. But we also don't see her face, so it could be like two girls that have been impacted by Thorfinn and Thorfinn's words that we're getting a glimpse into the lives of those that he has impacted. I don't really have much more to say because I'm just absolutely emotionally destroyed right now. So I think I'm going to leave it there and then watch series 2 at some point this weekend. But yeah, I think for now I'm just going to have to cut it short because my brain is kind of drawing a blank. I'm just emotionally gut punched and devastated, and I feel like I didn't really talk much because I was just in shock and emotionally destroyed. It's kind of like those Attack on Titan episodes where like I was absolutely devastated and I just couldn't say anything afterwards and I didn't say anything during the react itself. But yeah, I feel like this is a similar situation. For now though, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this react, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment below to help boost this video into the algorithm. And until next episode, bye!